Hello everyone, welcome back to Roulette Fever. Last time we did a strategy which was a mixture of the column of a column and four corners. Okay, four corner bets. Now this time I have come up with a strategy which is solely and only based on four corners. Okay, it has nothing to do with columns, and we are gonna start with far lesser buy-in or bankroll. Okay, let's start. We are gonna start with $1 bet size only. Okay, and you can choose any four corners, okay, anyone you like. I'm gonna bet on this four. You can shuffle in between them after each and every round, and it has a different progression. Obviously, it's a far more conservative strategy, but if you look at it from other angle, it's a far more thrilling one too, because we are only covering 16 numbers out of the 37. So we're gonna bet $4, okay, on per round, and we're gonna win $5 every time we win. Okay, isn't it good? Anyway, let's see how far can this strategy take us. As we are only betting, not even on the half of the numbers, so we are gonna face many losses, multiple losses, and that's why we have this progression, and that's why we're starting with so low betting size. We face our first loss, and we are not going to increase our bet size just after facing single loss. We need to wait for two consecutive losses, and only after that we are going to increase our bet size. Okay, we lose again, so now what we are going to do is that we're going to increase our bet by $1 on each and every corner, each of those four corners. So we're going to increase it by $1. Okay, that's been. And in this strategy, we are gonna mainly focus on the session profit, not on this all-time session high. Okay, we're gonna again increase it by $1. So anytime we win in the progression and we are in session profit, we're gonna come back down to our base bet, like here. Okay, so again we'll be back to our base bet of $1 on four corners, and we are already aggressive with our bet choice. We are only betting on 16 numbers, so we are not going to be any more aggressive with the progression. Okay, again we are going to wait for two consecutive losses before we start our progression. Okay, we win. We are increasing anyway, that's why I'm waiting for two losses. Okay, we are gaining on our chips, so we can afford to lose one round and not increase our bet size immediately. You need to have a proper expectation about each and every strategy, how much you can gain from it, how far can that strategy take you. When I was trying it out for 4 to 5 times, it was giving me back to back losses, again back to back wins. I was applying the progression, so I was always ending up in the session profit, and that's all what we seek for, isn't it? To end up in positives at the end of the session, at the end of a day. So this strategy has been doing exactly that for me. This one is a far clearer one than the mixture of the column and corner bet strategy. And many of you are saying that, well, it requires higher bankroll, but you could play that strategy with $1 and $3 also. Okay, it's not like you had to play the strategy with 10 and 30 all the time. You could easily play the strategy with $1 and $10. Sorry, $1 and $3. Okay, I think here we need to increase. I think so, yes. And here we are starting with such a low bankroll, such a low betting size. I wouldn't say bankroll, but such a low betting size. That's why you can be a bit more aggressive with our progression. But even there, we are waiting for two consecutive losses, and only after that we are increasing our bet size, not before that. So it's a test for this strategy. Let's see. Again, we are looking for session profit. Anytime you win in a progression, you are going to look whether you are in session profit or not, and then you are going to be back to your base bet. Like now, we're back in our session profit, and we'll be back to our base bet. There is no need to be greedy here. Okay, just follow the process calmly and implement it. Again, we are going to wait for another loss before we increase our bet size. Well, back to back one. Great. Anyway, we're going to increase. I wanted to give you the demonstration, how you need to stay calm when you face back to back losses, because you will face back to back losses because we are only covering 16 numbers here. But if you are a far more conservative player, you can play with the column strategy, which I described in my previous video. Okay, now we're going to increase it by one more unit. I'm just sticking to this certain four corners, I'm not changing them, but that doesn't mean you can't change them either. You can change them as you like. Okay, I'm gonna come back down to my base bet, and this will be my last bet if I win, because there is no need to increase the length of this video. The objective of this video was to give you an understanding about this strategy and how to play it and how this progression works. But yeah, we lose, so I'm gonna play. There is no need to increase your bet just after a loss, and I hope you have understood it properly. Now I'm gonna increase again. You can play with $10 if you like. You can play with $5 on each of those four corners if you want to. Okay. But if you want to be far more conservative and take less risk, then you can play just the way I'm playing. And if you face 2 to 3 back-to-back wins, just walk away, because this is not a strategy which you use for all day long. Just get in there with $4 and hope that, well, you're going to win 2 to 3 back-to-back rounds, and that's all. Now, if you are in progression and after winning a round, you see that you are still in negatives, you don't need to go back to your base bet. Okay, you can keep your unit size to that same progression, or you can go down one step. Okay, in this case, I'm gonna go down. Uh, I'm gonna go down 2 steps because I don't want to take much more risk than this, because I want to get back into positives. That's all I'm looking for. Okay, as I'm in progression, I'm gonna increase my bet size by one. Okay, we lose again. We are only covering 16 numbers. Okay, so there will be losses. It's not like that there it will be always wins and wins. It's not going to be like that. Okay. Okay, now we can reduce our bet size once again. I feel 8 will be fine. Yes, let's see if we can win this one. No, we don't. So we're gonna keep on playing. Okay, we win. Now I'm gonna reduce my bet size Let's see. I wanted to give you the perspective of both of the sides. It may look fantastic from one angle, and the next time you bet, you lose. So you feel, well, I'm down one out. It's not like that. Okay, we're up by 9 anyway. So yeah, that was the strategy. That's what I wanted to show you. I wanted to display in front of you. I hope you have understood it perfectly. Okay, you can bet with $5 on every corner, on $10 on every corner, or even with 50 cents if you want to. Just follow the progression as I told you, and keep a set target and walk away as soon as you hit it. Okay, don't hang around all day long with this kind of a strategy. I just wanted to give you an easier version of the mixture of column and corner bet strategies, so that you can place your bets far more quickly, because in online roulette you don't get much of time in between rounds. So I wanted to give you an easier version of it with far less bet size. So I hope you have understood this one. Best of luck, try it on demo, and thanks for watching. I'm gonna see you in the next video.